Today, we are going to break the Android side of the internet because the Google Pixel 6 is coming with a brand new design, and today I'm going to give you your very first look. But I gotta warn you, you ain't ready. Get our exclusive leaks even before the website's right about it. Hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next episode. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Front Page Tech, FPT. The show that gives you all latest tech news from one geek that is me to another that is you. It has been a busy week in Fapata land. This is our second episode in a row with a massive leak in it. So we're just going to jump right into the episode. Not a normal one. We're not going to talk about a bunch of different news stories. Just the Pixel 6 today. Consider this another FPT special report. So over the past year or so on this show, I have given you your first look at quite a few new products like months before they released. We gave you AirPods Max and AirTags and the new iMac with colors, as well as the Mac Pro Mini that is coming later. In fact, like I mentioned in the last episode of this show, like literally just a couple days ago, we gave you your first look at the brand new MacBook Air. All that stuff, though, that I just listed, that's all Apple stuff. What about Google stuff? Well, Pixel and I, we go way back. Some of you might remember me as the crazy Pixel 3 conspiracy guy. But throughout the last year, I have been establishing my Android leaks as well, leaking all of the release dates for the Pixel devices, along with the first images of Pixel 5 last year. Since we usually talk a lot about Apple on the show, I'm assuming a lot of you watching right now, you're new viewers, so if you haven't heard of me before, I don't blame you, so that's me catching you up. And just last month, we gave you your first look at Project Rohan, the Pixel Watch. I was shocked along with all of you at just how pretty this watch is. But immediately following that leak of the Pixel Watch, it got me wondering about the Pixel 6. So quietly, behind the scenes for like the last month, we've been working on this story. As you know, Google has been playing it safe for the last few years, and it's worked for them. I guess. They've been carrying mostly the same design language on all of their devices for a bit now. Something just simple, nothing too crazy, with most of the focus being on the software, which makes sense because after all, that's what Pixel is. It's just a vehicle for stock Android to be just that, stock Android. But this year, this year is different because this is the brand new Pixel 6. Yeah, I know, there's probably a lot going through your head, going through your heart right now. There's a lot to cover, a lot more information than I want to give you. But first, let's pay some bills. Hey, if you're a fan of this show, then you know that I talk about WeVPN a lot. It's because I really, really believe in what they're doing, and because they are paying me. That is also a reason. But for real, do you know how many offers I get from VPN companies all over the place, and I turn them down because I want to be able to promote only one VPN to you guys, and I want it to be the one that I trust. WeVPN is made by veterans in this space, a group of guys that came from those other companies to start their own. A VPN that's fast and reliable, one that protects you and your data without storing any logs, one that keeps you from being tracked or traced, and one that unlocks content from your favorite streaming services. So if you love this show and you watch it every day, go give them a try and let me know what you think. It's just $269 a month right now. That's 73% off. And if you use the promo code FPT at checkout, you'll get an additional 10% off just for watching this show. Sure, there are other VPNs out there, but only WeVPN is a longtime supporter of this show. So go ahead, click that link down in the description to get started with WeVPN today. All right, so welcome back. Hopefully you had a few seconds to go ahead and process all that. Let's go ahead and talk about Pixel 6. Let's take a closer look. Now, just as I do with all of my major design leaks, if you're not familiar with my process here, I was sent actual images of this device. In fact, I had more images for this than most of my other leaks, like really high quality, detailed images from the source. So obviously, a huge thank you to them. You know who you are. Because of you, you're letting the internet have a ton of fun today. We had a lot to work with here, including real life hands-on images of this phone. So to protect that source, just as we always do, instead of just releasing those images and potentially exposing them or their location or their department, whatever, I once again reached out to my render artist of choice, Renders by Ian, and gave all of the images to him so that he could recreate the device in a 3D render. This way, we get to ensure that the source is well protected, we get to take care of them, while still being able to give you your first look at an unreleased product. That way, everyone wins, we get to have fun, and we get to keep everyone safe. So let's break this down. What you are looking at is actually two different devices. This is the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. So yeah, I guess they're getting rid of the XL naming that they've been using for forever. And man, is it just me, or is Google getting super aggressive this year? I mean, so much so that if it weren't for the images that I saw for myself, including actual hands-on with this device, I probably wouldn't have even believed this. But yeah, it's real. I don't know, this might sound crazy, so hear me out. This looks almost kinda like they maybe actually tried. With the regular Pixel 6 on the back, you'll have two cameras to work with, and then on that larger Pixel 6 Pro, you'll have three cameras. But to be transparent with you, all we had were images of this device, not a spec sheet. So I don't know what type of cameras these are, which is which, or any of the specs for that matter. And real quick, you remember that orange color on the Pixel 4? This, yeah, you remember. Yeah, well, jumping over to the new design, it sure looks like they're bringing that color back, like almost the exact same color back to the Pixel 6. It's like the orange from the Pixel 4 mixed with the dual tone colors from Pixel 1 and 2. And let's not dance around this display either. The bezels, they look super thin. The glass sort of curves around the edges a bit, and we have a front-facing camera at the top. Again, though, I don't know what specs are on that camera. I got no idea. It is important to mention, though, that there is also an in-display fingerprint reader on this device this year. You know, I really started thinking, I started wondering, like, why is Google being so aggressive with this phone? Why the completely revamped design for Pixel this year? Like, why does it kind of feels like they care. But why? And then I remembered this. We know, thanks to 9to5Google, that Google is sort of transitioning into their own silicon. They're creating their own chip for this phone. Quote, 9to5Google can report today that Google's upcoming phones for this fall, including the presumed Pixel 6, will be among the first devices to run on the GS101 Whitechapel chip. The GS and GS101 stands for Google Silicon. So if they're doing this thing, if Google is putting that much attention into the internal hardware, like developing their own silicon for their devices, it makes total sense that they would also want to give the outside of the device a complete design overhaul, sort of reinvent the Pixel. Something new and fresh to bring in their own custom chip and make it obvious that, hey, this is the new one, and it's awesome. We even went as far as to recreate the device wallpaper that we saw in the images that we received, which obviously looks like it'll be part of future marketing images. And we didn't take any liberties here. I had Ian recreate exactly what he saw from top to bottom. So what you are seeing is exactly what we saw. Even the clock and weather layout over there at the top. But wait, there's more. So obviously what you're seeing is the orange version of this phone. That's because the images that we had were of this color. The regular Pixel 6 had a white body to it. Personally, I prefer this look. I like this a lot. And then the Pixel 6 Pro has this, like, I don't know, washed out orange color on the body that I'm not a huge fan of. And though there may be other colors of this device, like a black and white version, maybe, I'm just speculating, we didn't want to guess on any of that. We just wanted to recreate the images that we got. There is, however, and you're not even going to believe it. Like, if you didn't believe it already, you're definitely not going to believe it now. There is one other variation of the phone that we saw. This like champagne type polished design. We had some incredible hands-on images with this one, and it looks nuts. Like, seeing this one in somebody's hand in the images that we had, it almost looks like jewelry. Like, it looks way too good to be Google, but it also looks like it costs many monies. The polish on this one sort of reminds me of the iPhone XS quite a bit. And just as I do with all of my other leaks like this one, for the media, you guys will be able to access a link down in the description that will give you full res press images, so they don't have to like take awkward screenshots from this episode. If you want the high quality images for your websites, the articles, or if you want to make a video about it, all those images are linked down below. Because I can imagine that this one is going to start up a lot of speculation about what Google is doing here. A lot of you are going to be wondering if this is even legit, if it's real. And of course, you'll be wondering what we can expect from Pixel 6, because this sort of changes things a bit. Last year, Google was really heavy on the mid-range everything model, including the Pixel 5. And this new design makes it look not that way this year. This looks like an actual premium device. I know this week on Fapata has been crazy, so sorry to drop another huge episode on you right after the last one. But you know how this is. It's my job to just give you your first look at this stuff, and then the rest is up to you. It's out of my hands. Talk amongst yourselves, internet.